Hey, hey, hey. Hey, y'all. If you are familiar with me at all, me starting something early is a good thing. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Um, I'm excited to be here and to be in service. Um, Being in service is where I feel best, no matter what may be going on with me personally or professionally. When I am in service, meaning when I am doing what it is that I do, I don't feel anything other than peace. And I came into this experience with so much calm. If you watch the other meditation that I did maybe 4 weeks ago, it was all crackly, crunchety. There was a whole lot going on because there was a whole lot going on. Because I wasn't centered and balanced. And if I do anything, I want to do it well. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity to come live on YouTube. I work with a business coach, and we've talked a lot about things that I should open myself up to do. And being in the YouTube space is one of those things. And so here I am. This is not the only way that I desire to show up. There are so many other things that I am looking forward to offering, whether it is meditation, Reiki. We did that a while ago when the pandemic first started. We would do Tuesday night Reiki shares, whatever it is that we decide to do together. I want to do it well, and I want to offer whatever it is that I can. And so if you hit the subscribe button, connect with me in other places. I'm all over the place. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Clubhouse. Find me in any of those spaces and places and put in any requests that you may have. I forgot that I was going live today on YouTube at 1 o'clock. And so I'm starting early. If you want to watch the replay, you can go back to the replay. But I wanted to start early um, for many different reasons. Because I'm excited, because I love to do um, what it is that I love to do. So if you are following me in any of those other places, please feel free to always offer up suggestions of things that you would like us to talk about, things that you would like to do, ways in which you would like to learn. My business coach, I actually had to be convinced to do this, even though I've been offering spiritual support, energy work for quite some time. I still need convincing. I still need to be convinced at times. I have hosted a spiritual support call for going on 4 years now. I still have to be convinced that it's something that I need to do. And so, welcome, welcome, welcome. As you come into this space, put something in the chat so that I can see who's here, where you're from, and if there are any suggestions for the meditation. I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, which seems like a long time. But I don't mind rambling. I am also checking the other places that I show up because I did ask in those places as well. Let me know what it is that we should meditate. We have the time, we have the space. There was a suggestion a while ago. Someone made a suggestion that they would like different spiritual principles and topics, and then we can do meditations based around those topics. And so that's also a thought. I did just post a meditation this morning to Spotify, Anchor. I'm on both of those places, they are integrated. Um, as we leave the month of August, moving into September, we want to say thank you for everything that we learned in this space of August. And we want to welcome in September and be prepared for whatever comes. We have no idea what the next hour, what the next week, what the next month is going to bring to us, what opportunities, what possibilities, what new relationships, what things we are ending. We have no idea. And so, if we prepare ourselves as much as possible, then maybe we can also enter into places and spaces in a calm way, in a more balanced way. And so, as the 5 minute mark is approaching us, then and only then will I enter into the meditation. We won't be doing libations as we did in the last meditation because I do want to be mindful of time. And it's Sunday, and y'all know grandbaby girl comes on Sunday. So I have to get ready for her. I spent the good part of yesterday cleaning and cleansing for this moment and for her arrival. And so, as all things being as they intend to be, I'm going to ask that as you come into this space, and I'm going to type it in the chat so that all can see, you enter this space, breath, get comfortable, and pour out whatever is flooding your brain. Your brain. So this morning, we did on the evolving spirit in the evolving spiritually room on Clubhouse. On Sundays, we chit and we chat. This year, we have dedicated in Clubhouse to reading Bell Hooks, All About Love. However, on Saturday and Sunday, we don't read from the book. We talk about the replays are off. And what I recognized this morning is that when the replays are off, there are benefits of the conversation that no one else can hear. And what that would be is the meditation. So on Sundays, we meditate to prepare ourselves for the rest of the week. It's a great way to ground ourselves. It's a great way to prepare for what is coming. We have no idea what is coming, but intentionally grounding ourselves on Sunday supports us through the week. And because this is the last Sunday in the month, I decided to offer a guided meditation on gratitude and understanding, recognizing that you can be grateful for something and still ask for understanding of that particular thing. And so reach back here to my magic toolbox as we prepare for this meditation and everyone coming in, take deep breaths, get comfortable, and pour out whatever is flooding your brain. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull from a deck that I used to have in my store. I sold out. It is the I Am Everything deck by I Am and Company. I'll put that up there so you can see it. I Am and Company. It is the I Am Everything deck. And there are 30 cards in this affirmation deck. And I'm going to pull from one, and that will be the basis of our meditation this morning. And so, as you enter this space, continue to take deep breaths. Continue to scan your environment, the environment that you find yourself in, and the environment that you are creating through your attention and your focus, right? We want to make sure that we are grounding ourselves by paying attention to our environment. The environment doesn't just mean the weather, it means the room that you are in the space that you occupy, the energy that you hold. We want to be mindful. And so, the focus of our meditation for this morning, I love it. I am whole. The affirmation is I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. And I would echo those sentiments. Everything that I have been experienced, if I leave anything out, I do not get to be the perfect person that I am. And I said perfect. I am perfect in my imperfections, in my messiness. If I leave anything out of my story, if I leave anything out, I am not whole as you see me to be, as you believe me to be, and as I know myself to be. And so, again, the affirmation is I am whole. I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. And that will be the basis of our meditation. Hey, as you come in, you might just want to put in the chat who you are and where you're calling from. Calling from, like I'm on the radio. Who you are and where you be. I didn't advertise that I was doing this live meditation this afternoon. I just did it this morning, and so I've asked for suggestions for individuals to suggest what should we meditate on. And so I've pulled a card. So we're going to meditate on the wholeness that exists in each and every single one of us. As it states in the chat, as you enter the space, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and pour out whatever is flooding your brain. Now, as I meditate and guide us, my eyes are going to be open. So if there's something that you want me to touch on, that you want me to include in the meditation, I'm good at what I do. Go ahead and put it in the chat, and then I'll be able to see it, and I will be able to speak from that place. I am going to be speaking about wholeness and about being perfectly created and about being a wonderful, unique individual, and that everything that you have experienced in your life has brought you to this moment. So get comfortable, get comfortable, get comfortable. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Take some deep breaths. Hmm. I'm already feeling energy that says, I believe what it is that you are saying in terms of being whole and perfectly created. Ensure that the environment that is around you in this moment is a supportive one, the one in your mind, the one in your heart that says, I am perfectly created. I'm going to place my hand at my heart. Feel free to do the same. If it is comfortable for you to do, and you want to shut your eyes, then do so. My eyes are going to be open. And again, if during this meditation you feel led, feel free. And I'll put that in the chat so everyone knows as they enter. Feel free to suggest any topic. And I can shift. I can shift, boy. I'm a pivot princess. Feel free to suggest any topic that we may include in this meditation. Continue to take your deep breaths. Center yourself, balance in the wholeness that you are. We are grateful for this moment where we get to focus in and pay all of our attention towards the idea that every experience that you have had, every lesson, every risk, every achievement has contributed to this right now moment. That you would not be who you are if you left anything out. And we know that within that space and that span of experiences in your life, there are some things that you wish you had not experienced. Thank you, Marissa. And so, as we are coming together to meditate, to focus, to pay attention to, and to lift the vibration of the truth, what unfolds in meditation spaces is truth. And the truth is, everything that you have experienced has contributed to you trusting yourself. No one else knows what you've experienced and how it has impacted you. You know. And from each of those experiences in your life, you've gained more wisdom than you would have gained in any other way. If someone wants to tell you about particular things in your life, you don't have to research a book because you've lived it. Your lived experiences have brought you to this moment. Trust them. Draw upon that wisdom. It is very easy for us to look at some of the experiences that we have had and say, oh, this has broken me. This has made me weaker, or this has made me dependent upon other people. We oftentimes forget the wisdom that we also gain from those experiences. And one of the greatest things that wisdom can give you is trust. You were perfectly and uniquely created. And along your life's journey, there have been particular things that have impacted you greatly. There have been risks, there have been achievements. You may have considered that there are failures. I would consider that lessons learned. And so, until you can get to a point in your life where the voice that you hear and the voice that is the loudest is your own, trusting yourself may be a challenge. And so, I would gather that if the voices of others from the past, the present, or even future voices that you may have been creating, what will people think? What will people say? How is this going to look? If those voices are very loud in your life right now, I would also gather, and I would assume, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, that you are very good at listening and hearing. You're sensitive to sounds and tones. You may hear things that other people do not hear. That is what is one of the things about you that is unique. And so, as we are breathing and thinking about our life experiences that have brought us to this moment, pay attention to what you are hearing. Pay attention to when the truth springs up in your spirit and you dismiss it. Because even in that moment of being dismissive of your own truth, you are learning something. What is it that I'm really hearing? What is it that I'm in tune to? What tones are getting my attention? What music, what melody, what rhythm is driving and activating the choices in my life? And so let's continue to breathe deeply and focus on and meditate on trust and wholeness. And so imagine, just for this instance, within this meditative space, there are some beautiful, ornate jars in front of you. They may be tall, they may be short, they may be of varying lengths and heights and widths. There may be different colors, but you are standing before some different jars. Every single jar that you are standing before, and you get to determine how many. Let's start with five. There are five jars in front of us. And you notice, because these jars are translucent, even though they have different shapes and colors and different tops and lids, you can see that there's something in these jars. Pay attention to how you feel about, am I going to open? Am I going to approach? Am I interested in what is within these containers? Am I willing to step forward to look at these jars? Yes. Yes, you are, because you are courageous and probably nosy. So you're going to step forward and look at these 5 jars, and you get to decide which one are you going to open? The first, the second, the third. Maybe it's the fourth. Or maybe your lucky number is 5, and you're like, I want to open up this fifth jar, and I want to see what's inside. Now, here is what you don't know. If I open this jar, what's inside? Is it going to be something that I like or dislike? Is it going to be something that hurts me or, helps me? All I know is what I see. I see 5 jars of varying sizes, shapes, different lids, different colors. I know there's something in there, but I don't know if this thing is going to help me or hurt me. But I'm curious. I'm nosy. I want to know. Understand that in this moment, you have the power of choice. And because sometimes we just want to know, and we have to experience things to know whether or not the risk is worth it, you go ahead and you choose a jar, 1 through 5, to open. It's very similar to some of the risks that you've taken in your life where you didn't know. You didn't know what the outcome was going to be. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if it was going to hurt you or harm you, but you had a sense of wonder. Trust that always. That sense of wonder comes with risk, but you have taken risk in your life before. Sometimes it's worked out to your good. Sometimes you learn something along the way. Either way, that energy within you, that wonder what this is going to do for me. Tap into that in those moments when you feel like, can I trust what is about to happen? So as you open one of those jars and you discover, ooh, it smells good. Whatever your favorite scent is, you have hit the jackpot. This thing that is inside smells exactly like the most pleasant smell I have ever experienced. Wow. What if I didn't take the risk? I wouldn't have this moment of joy. No matter how long it lasts, no matter how long it captures you, because you were willing to take the risk and you trusted yourself, you got to experience a moment of joy. Something pleasant has happened. And upon closer examination, as we look into the jar that we have chosen, not knowing what's in it, is it good for us or not, you discover there are some words written on the object that's inside. So you now have this pleasant smell and something that you can engage with. So now you got to decide, am I going to put my hand in this jar? Again, another choice. Something that could be a lesson or a risk. Something that could help me or harm me, I don't know. But I've come this far. I've come this far. I may as well go further. And so you reach your hand into that jar that still has that fragrance that is so pleasing to you, and you see that there are some words on the object, and the object happens to be some clothing. Unexpected. For the jar that being the size that it is, this is unexpected. I didn't expect to see a garment with words written on it. And somewhere in your life, you have put your hand in something and you got more than you bargained for. But because you had that feeling of wonder and you wanted to know, it allowed you to experience something pleasurable, even if it was momentary. Now you put your hand in and you've experienced something that you didn't bargain for. You didn't bargain for this large garment to be in a jar. You got more than you counted on because you trusted yourself. You don't at this point even know if this thing is going to fit, if it's going to be your size, your length. You don't even know if it's something you want. But because you took the risk to see what was available, you now have something. But you're curious. You want to read the words first. You don't want to even admire the garment. Just envision right now in this moment as you continue to take some deep breaths. You're going to read what it says. Again, you don't know if what you read is going to trigger you, hurt you, harm you, or be good information. You don't know, but you have a choice to make. I could be limiting myself if I don't read it. I could be hurting myself if I don't read it. If I do read it, I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to go with I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take the risk. And you read, and maybe it's something that at this point you don't understand. You're not quite clear about what the words mean. And perhaps the words on this garment don't mean anything to you just yet, but you're holding it in your hands. You have possession, you have power. And now you are faced with more possibilities of what you will do. Because first you saw some jars, they looked appealing. You saw something in there. It was nosy. You wanted to know. You wanted to do an investigation. You took the risk. And every step along the way, your choices put you closer to being in power. You empowered yourself by making the choice to step forward into the unknown without even consciously knowing that you trust yourself. You have been trusting yourself. You trusted yourself to get up this morning. You trusted yourself to breathe. You trusted yourself to perhaps get dressed, interact with people, come on YouTube, come on. You have already trusted yourself in so many things that you've done in this day alone. And across your lifetime, you have had to trust yourself, not knowing. And every single one of those experiences where you trusted yourself, consciously or unconsciously, has brought you to this moment. You have been trusting yourself. Continue to do so. So now you have this garment. Take a breath with these words that don't quite mean anything to you yet. You get to decide. Am I going to assign a meaning to these words? Am I going to investigate what they mean? Am I going to see how they are applicable to my life? Am I going to see, is this something I can carry with me? Will I discover more based upon my wonder of wanting to know, of wanting to expand my consciousness? Whether you think it's just being nosy, it's more than that. It is the wonder that is within inside of you that keeps you going day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. There is something within you that will not allow you to give up, that will not allow you to be stagnant, that will not allow you to take pause. And it is the energy of trust that you may not be aware of that is within you. And so here you are with something in your hands that you get to determine how you use for your highest good. There is a lesson in everything, there is a message in everything. Because you are whole, because you are wonderfully and uniquely created, you get to decide what you give power to. in your hands. This garment may mean something to someone else, something to you. It could be the greatest answer to the greatest question ever answered. You get to decide the power of the unknown and the meaning it has in your life when you trust yourself. Will this thing that I am holding in my hands break me? It cannot if I decide it will not. Will this garment be for me or someone else? I get to choose. Is this something I'm willing to share with others? I can do that through the choices that I make. And so I want all of us to take this garment, whether it is a dress, a scarf, a jacket, you get to decide. What meaning does it have for you? What meaning do the words have for you? Hold it close to you. It smells good. It's one of the most pleasant smells that you've ever had. And just like everything in your life, where that energy of wonder has pushed you forward, you get to choose. Do I trust myself in this moment? Do I assign a particular meaning to the things that I am holding? Continue to take a deep breath into that truth. And as we started in wholeness, that is where we will go in wholeness. We get to decide every lesson, every risk, every achievement, everything that has brought me in my life to this moment that I have experienced, I get to assign particular energy, power, focus, and attention to. That is how I trust myself. That is how I say I am whole. Continue to take some deep breaths, knowing that there are other jars that we haven't opened in this meditation. You can decide at any moment to visualize what remains. Jar 4, jar 3, jar 2, jar 1. You get to decide what is before you and the importance that it has in your life. At any moment, you can take a deep breath and look at the experiences in your life and say, what importance do I assign to them? How are they impacting me now? How am I showing up? It's similar to the suggestion that our dear Marissa has offered. How am I trusting myself in this moment? How am I standing firm on the foundation that I am whole, perfectly created, wonderfully unique? Those things that I thought broke me, those things that I thought impacted me and keep me in limitation, I get to decide how I'm going to hold them. But what I have to decide is that I am whole. I am not fractured. I am not just a piece. I am whole. And as we continue to breathe and come to the completion of our meditation together, let me just say, I am so grateful to be in full wholeness of all of the experiences that I have had in my life. And I'm trusting that you are too. At some point, that we get to a place of saying, I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. And because of that, I am whole. It's been my honor, my pleasure to meditate with you today. Stay tuned in to see where I may show up again, either here TikTok, Instagram, Clubhouse every morning, Sunday through Saturday, in the Evolving Spiritually room. You can find us there in that club where we are this year reading All About Love by Bell Hooks. Join us, and I thank you.